The price of beef is up, and the butcher's out of the asylum. Customers can't afford sausages, so he supplements the beef and pork with his nagging wife in Guido Zurli's comedic proto-slasher, The Mad Butcher. Clean your utensils and prepare to slice into this one, because it's time to raise the dead. Also known as Meat is Meat, the Italian-German production stars Victor Bruono as Austrian butcher Otto Lehman. Otto's recovering from a nervous breakdown that caused him to assault an elderly customer with a slab of liver. Concerned about public perception, his wife Hannah had him committed to an asylum instead of dragging a case through the courts. After keeping him confined for 3 years, Hannah arrives to take him home. But Otto doesn't want to go home. Embittered by her treachery, he heads to his butcher shop instead and kicks his brother-in-law Carl out from behind the counter. Otto tries to assert control over his prices and practices, but things have changed while he was in the booby hatch. Meat prices have increased, which greedy Hannah and Carl happily passed on to the consumer. And Hannah isn't shy to remind Otto that he's been released with her as his legal guardian. Technically, it's now Hannah's shop. Undaunted, Otto dismisses them both, drops his prices, and starts living in the apartment above his store. He soon finds solace serving his customers by day and secretly viewing sexy neighbor Berta undress at night. When Hannah catches Otto in the act, she demands that he come home. Otto snaps in the ensuing argument, then snaps Hannah's neck. When a policeman on the beat prevents him from sneaking the body out, Otto suddenly comes to a revelation. Meat is meat. He butchers her body off camera and processes her flesh into affordable and admittedly tasty Vienna sausages that he sells to unsuspecting clientele all over town via his mobile sausage cart. That becomes the fate for anyone who gets in his way or presents a disruption to his carefree existence. That includes a prostitute who makes the mistake of triggering Otto by wearing Hannah's clothes, and eventually Carl, who finally puts 2 and 2 together when it comes to his missing sister. The missing persons don't go unnoticed, and the police, led by American reporter Mike Lawrence, arrive on Otto's doorstep. But an exhaustive search of the premises uncovers nothing. No bodies, no evidence, no clues. That is until Otto sets his sights on Berta. Berta's soon kicked out of her apartment for some doorstep necking with boyfriend Mike. A previous parallel subplot followed their romance, resulting from a chance encounter. Otto then offers homeless Berta a place to crash and an up-close chance for him to peep. But Otto's grown tired of watching and breaks in on her. He keeps her captive in his shop while a concerned Mike's unable to pin anything on Otto, despite a witness who saw Berta enter the shop. Then, during a police sausage dinner catered by Otto, several officers start choking on buttons and a rather unique ring that Mike recognizes as Berta's. He rushes to the butcher shop and prevents Otto from having his way with Berta. The boys then engage in a brief struggle that ends with Otto taking a fatal headfirst tumble into the sausage maker. Berta reveals that she threw anything within reach into the sausage maker when Otto wasn't watching as a last-ditch, desperate cry for help, and because hero Mike noticed the ring, it worked. Mike then races off with the girl and the story of his dreams, while the camera pans to Otto in sausage form as on-screen text of Buon Appetito is updated to Buono Appetito in honor of the film's star. That's one of the funnier aspects of a film that falls far short of comedic masterpiece. If not for Buono's campy performance, The Mad Butcher, with gratuitous nudity and sensational subject matter, would be just another forgettable exercise in Eurosleaze. That's if it's not already forgotten. It appears to be out of print on physical media and unavailable for streaming. While it's nowhere near as good as other comedic cannibal films such as Motel Hell, The Mad Butcher, thanks to Bruono, is not without its charm. So give it a chance if you find a copy, but don't go in hungry. Otherwise, it's bound to leave a bad taste in your mouth. Love these features? Be sure to like this video and subscribe for notifications on future episodes.